So this will be Project S99 first gear review and unboxing of the SecretLab Gaming Chair Targaryen Edition. We're going to get right to the point and we're going to give this 2 corgi paws up. We love this chair. Zero approves of it. Look how happy he looks in that chair. But for this, I like to just get right to the point. If you want to stay for the unboxing at the end, feel free. But for somebody who wants to just say, tell me, should I get this, should I not? Our take is if you spend a lot of time in front of a computer, talking multiple hours, and you have been experiencing back pain, you've just been experiencing discomfort, I will say I've been using this for over a week. This has been worth it. I haven't been experiencing the same pain that I used to, so for those who spend a good deal amount of time in front of a computer, this will be for you. If you're someone who occasionally just sits down in front of the computer to do work, you're feeling fine, honestly, I don't believe you need this chair. So there we go. There's the quick and dirty review there. I will go ahead and show you guys the unboxing, the setup, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. Alright y'all, I got the Game of Thrones chair finally in. I'm excited to see how this works. I'll give my initial reactions if it feels comfortable, but let's get right into it. So right off the bat, it's pretty clear. They do not want you to touch the lever. So don't do that because it sounds like your hand will freaking get cut off. So the boxing came nice and secure. You could tell that nothing was moving around. Big shout out to giant instruction card. Hands down, this thing was so much more. I know a lot of companies are doing the instructions on the phone. I'm very lazy with having to pull my phone out, unlock it, look, scroll down. So having a giant piece of paper with visuals telling me, somebody who is horrible at following instructions, exactly what to do, highly recommend that just follow those instructions. This setup will be extremely simple, and I'll show you guys a couple mistakes that I made to help avoid them. One of the things I didn't like about the setup was when putting in the wheels, there was no like pop or no confirmation that they locked in place. I kept pushing, waiting to like feel something, but that never came. But I haven't fallen off the chair yet, so it seems like if you feel like it's good enough, then you're good to go. And here, this is where the magic happens. After taking a look at this, it is beautiful. The etchings on it, the feel, I was very impressed, kind of just pressing it, how firm it was. I was a little worried that, is this going to be too firm? Is this going to be like something uncomfortable after feeling it? It wasn't what I was expecting, but after sitting in it for about a week and a half now, I can say definitely recommend the support that it gives. So there are no hesitations. 3 heads of the dragon, simply beautiful. We're gonna go ahead and just forget about season 8. I know a lot of people are giving it some hate, but I'm just gonna pretend that never existed, and this is still my favorite show ever. The contrast of this, even the 4K GH5 doesn't even come close to showing how beautiful this thing actually is. From here, there's the screws, they're already pre-installed. They give you a little Allen wrench on one side, and on the other side is the Phillip head used for later. I will say I kind of wish they flip-flopped how they did that. You use the Allen wrench side a lot more, and turning it and cranking it was just a lot slower. But hey, you get 2 tools in one. If there was 2 separate ones, I probably would have lost one, so I'll go ahead and take it. So one of the mistakes I made is here, you were supposed to push it forward, and if you see, I'm kind of trying to do it at the angle, but I was too afraid of getting my hand chopped off that I didn't want to kind of pretty much mess with it at all. But you're supposed to, instead of doing it the angle like this on the instructions, it showed to kind of like fold it forward, because I did have some trouble trying to get the holes to match up here. So if there's one pro tip, I would say is to not do what I'm doing here. Here we got the resistance piece there. I will say when you're sitting in it, if you want to adjust it, it's kind of like a little awkward. You gotta bring your hand, kind of doing like a little chicken dance style. One call out, I love the detail of the gunmetal, aluminum or steel, I'm not too sure what they used here, but that little touch just really adds to the aesthetic of this. So the attention to detail does not stop there. Fire and blood. At first I was worried that the dragon scale, that it might feel sticky on my back, or that like my shirt might get caught to it, or it would just feel awkward, but I haven't felt any of that yet. It hasn't been any kind of bother or that I'm like feel like I'm sticking to it. So that was one concern I had, but it doesn't seem to appear to be an issue. So here, I'm putting on the little side guards to cover up where the screws go. Mistake number 2 not to make. Check, they're actually left and right, so they're labeled on there. So make sure you're putting the right one on the right side, because mine kept popping off. And then I realized, oh, this is on the wrong side. So just double check that. So here I'm mounting the attachment for the hydraulic system. Extremely simple. I'm glad that the majority of this was already pre-assembled. All I'm doing is putting on the screws, making sure they're lined up. Do a little like crisscross, like go from bottom left to top right or bottom right to top left, just to kind of get it more secure and make sure it doesn't slip around. And then I think even in instructions it says when you're tightening them to tighten them that way. So get them all just somewhat in place and then come back, make sure to get them secured in there. When it came to these little handles, this is the only other piece in the setup I didn't like. They also, like the wheels, they didn't feel like they clicked in or that they were there, so I kind of just ended up shoving them in. And I mean, they work, but it still feels like they're not where they're supposed to be, so that could be my fault too. And here it is, all assembled, ready for me to take a seat in the Iron Throne. As far as setup, if I could rate this, I've put together like 2 gaming chairs and then just like IKEA and office chair stuff. This one, besides the mistakes that I were making, if you're worried about that whole setup process, this one, the instructions made everything so clear. I'm very happy with the setup. One of the only things, this is the new 2020 model, and the armrests. So they're a new 4D. I will say, I wish that the arms could go lower. As someone who I'm sitting in the chair, I want to sit down, play the guitar. It would be nice to have that option. And so that concludes Project S99's first product and gear review. I hope you guys liked it. If you have any questions about the product or want us to see anything else we have in the studio a gear review on, let us know in the comments, and peace out, y'all.